Hi guys, we've missed you. Ready to start factoring some trinomials. Some of your other classmates, freshman classmates, have done this before. This is my son Parker, and he wanted to say hi. So
Hi.
He's very excited. He says you can do it. Right? Can they do it?
Yes.
Yes. Have you done some of it?
I don't know.
Teeny bit. It was just a little bit. It wasn't really a lot, but that's okay. And so we're gonna go ahead and get this going, and he's a first grader. He wanted you guys to know that. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going. I'm gonna close the webcam and we're gonna get some factoring done. But I miss you guys, and I just really wanted you guys to know that, and that I'm hoping to see you soon. All right, let's get some polynomials going.
Bye.
Parker says bye. Okay, so factoring trinomials. So a quick review here. Oops, I've got too many things going on my computer. All right, just reviewing how we multiply our polynomials. We have our x minus 4 and our x plus 3. You guys have had, hopefully, lots and lots of practice with this now. Remember, we start with these on the outside. So we have our x minus 4 and our x plus 3. And so we're going to multiply those together. We multiply inside the box. So we write our answers on the inside. So we have x squared, that's our x times x. Our x times our negative 4, that would be a negative 4x. We have our x times our 3, which would be a 3x. And then our 3 times our negative 4, or negative 4 times 3, which would give us our negative 12. And then we know that these middle terms, these like terms, are going to combine together. And so that will allow us to write our answer as x squared. This will give us a minus 1x. Oops, not plus 12, minus 12. Let me get my eraser here. Minus 12. And that would be our answer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reverse the process. We're going to start with a trinomial like this, x squared minus 1x minus 12, and we're going to end with two binomials. So we're trying to undo our multiplication. It's kind of like division, but not exactly, because we aren't given a number to divide with. We are going to just simply try to break this apart. So that's why factoring is a little different than dividing. So we kind of have a way to do this. Now, if you still have your pink sheets from class, we do have this on the pink sheet, and I will post some notes too with how this looks. First thing we would do is check for a GCF. We're not really going to get into that too much right away, so I'm going to kind of skip past that. Then what we would do is we're going to multiply our first term with our last term. So if we had, for example, the ax squared plus bx plus c, we would do our first term with our last term. So however it's written. And that would go at the top of the diamond, right up here. And then the middle term, this part, would go at the bottom of the diamond. And so then what we try to figure out is we need to find two new terms. And we've done the diamond. We've done the diamond pattern before. These two new terms have to multiply to create the top term. Oops. They've got to multiply to make the top one, and they have to add to make the bottom term. So combine, I said, instead of just add. And then we fill out the box. And again, we've kind of done this a little bit, but this is just so that we can see all the new different ways to do it. So the first term from your equation, from your expression, goes in the first box, and the last term goes in the last box. And then the two new terms that you found, these ones here, they go in your corners. Okay. And then we factor from the box, and we write our answer in parentheses. And I'll have this all printed out for you too, so that you have a way to look at this. Okay. So I've got 4 real quick problems that we're going to do. We're going to practice these and see how it all looks. Okay. So here's our first problem. They really don't take that long. It's just a matter of getting it worked through. So our first problem, we're going to take our first term times our last term. So we're going to do the first one times the last one. A lot of times you'll see me go like this. So I can say, okay, first one times the last one. X squared times 2 would be 2x squared. And then our middle term would just go in the bottom. That's our 3x. So now what we have to figure out is what multiplies to make 2x squared that adds to make 3x. So multiplies to make 2 is just 2 and 1. And if we added those, if I did positive 2 and positive 1, that does make positive 3. So there's our two new terms, 2x and 1x. In the first box, we would put our first term, our x squared. And in the last box, we put our last term, just our 2. And so now we try to undo, we try to unfactor. So what makes an x squared? What would factor out? Well, that would have to be an x times an x makes an x squared. And what makes a 2x? Well, I already have the x, so I would need a positive 2. That's how I get my 2 out of there. Well, and then down here, what makes an x a 1x? We would need an x, which we already have, and a positive 1. And then just to verify, does 2 times 1 make 2? And yes, so we know it's factored correctly. So our answer are these groups from the top and sides of the box. We have our x plus 2 and our x plus 1. And that's how we factor. Okay. So I'm going to put a couple more examples. I'm going to make another video just so you have some real short examples so you can kind of see quickly how all of these work. So I'll be back in just a minute.